What's up with you? What's up with you? What's up with you? Who's surprised, brother? Who's surprised? And yeah, he deserves a fair trial, and he does. But who's surprised? Who's surprised when you see these animals, right? When you see them, right, and they're pushed in front of you, they're pushed in front of the black community, right? These savages. And the thing about it, these people are rich. These people are rich. This dude has been a head case since he's been in the NFL. And the problem is he don't want to do what he's supposed to. He wants to do what he wants to do, and he don't care about the rules. And see, the problem with that is this is what ultimately happens to you. This is what happens in the end. You refuse to listen. You're going to do what you want to do. You're going to do what you want to do. You're going to do what you want to do. And look at you now. And this is doing a playoff run when the team needs you. It's possible you'll be suspended for the playoffs. So your whole team, you let them down. You making more babies. You don't take care of the ones you got. This is the type of dude. And of course, look, and whether they like it or not, of course, the sisterhood prop up guys like this. This is the typical dusty nigga who winds up moving in with some thirsty chick who ain't got no man with all of his trouble. She brings all of that into her life. But yeah, if you're a coach, you got expectations. You got a bunch of men. Everybody's got to get along, man. So what you do? If you're a problem, you're gonna get cut. You're gonna be playing for another team. Hopefully you'll learn, you'll wake up. When you see these guys and they got a lot of talent, but they keep getting cut, they are a head case. They don't listen. And he just, and Cardi B, this is what I'm saying. They parade these people in front of you like puppets. Now, they just made a baby. What do you think that kid's going to be in 15, probably 20 years? He'll probably be a criminal. He'll probably be a dusty nigga starting all types of trouble and conflicts. Watch. And who's surprised? Nobody's surprised by this, man. Nobody's surprised by this. You give this guy everything. You give this guy the life of a king, and he still screws it up. He screwed that up. Now let me see what they said. I saw the whole report. Obviously, he said she's lying. Why? And of course, she's going to lie on him, man. What I mean, like, of course, she's gonna lie on him. And this maid, yeah, she gonna lie. Why wouldn't she lie? This chef, yeah, man, this chef trying to get paid, man. You know how they do. Probably don't even speak English. Yeah, man, trying to get that bag. Says the New England Patriots superstar wide receiver Stefon Diggs is facing serious felony charges, according to a motion hearing in district court on Tuesday. According to court documents, Diggs is charged with strangulation or suffocation and assault and battery from an incident on the 2nd. The charges allege that Diggs smacked a private chef over a paycheck dispute at a residence. The chef reportedly told Diggs she was owed a month's pay after being sent home for a week in November because Diggs was having house guests, according to court paperwork. The paperwork alleges Diggs became angered by these comments. Diggs then tried to choke her until the the crook of his elbow with the curve of his elbow around her neck. Headlock. The woman said she had trouble breathing and she felt like she could have blacked out. She said that as she tried to pry his arm away, he tightened his grip, and at that point, the man threw her onto his bed. He said something to the effect, "Thought so." The police report showed the woman had some redness on her chest, but they didn't take pictures. The chef has been hired around July 20 and was supposed to work through the end of the NFL season. She left her position following the alleged assault. Diggs released a report saying that none of these allegations are true. They are all unsubstantiated, and they were never investigated because they did not occur. The timing and motivation for making these allegations is crystal clear. They are the direct result of an employee-employer financial dispute that was not resolved. Stefon looks forward to establishing the truth in a court of law. New England Patriots says they understand, and out of respect for all the parties involved, they'll make no further comment. Okay, all right. Now, the cook said this happens. Now, can I say that about his situation? I really can't. I really can't just tell you because I wasn't there. But yeah, these guys, they'll slap these servants, man. Just smack. Just, yep. Hey, and these people are millionaires. These people are servants. These people actually need the money. They have kids. They have to live. But when you feel yourself like that, when you feeling yourself and you already got a history of violence and you're a criminal, you just smack a woman, just pop, and then choked her and threw her on the bed. And then they'll just say, I'll lie about it. I'll just say I didn't do it. Let me tell you, these criminals, they'll say that. And nobody's surprised. This is what you get. 4 kids, no marriage, cut from teams. He couldn't get along. Coaches, he wouldn't listen. These are the rules. Hey, excuse me, come in. These are the rules. They pay you no attention. The Bills got rid of them. And look at his woman, man. Hood rat from New York. Now, people have said the lawyers will be in communication so it's possible. He's got to worry about the NFL. The NFL is going to do their own investigation. And the little bit of money she's talking about, she might get 75. She might get 100,000. She might get 100,000, and she'll be quiet. It happened in New England, right? So the police didn't take the pictures. You can make a case that the police should be sued because it happened in New England. They're big Patriots fans, and they didn't take pictures, and they didn't follow up. You could make a case. You could make a case. If I was her lawyer, I'd make that case. That woman deserves justice. And he shouldn't act like, look, it's like, why act like that? You got somebody over here cook for you and she wants some more money or whatever, and you don't want to give it to her. You slapping that's your, that how you handle your problems? And you see him on there all sassy with his shirt unbuttoned. This is the depiction of the black man. Mentally ill. Look at this. Look at this guy. And he's propped up by the sisterhood. And you know what? They deserve him. You deserve him. You guys deserve this. Cardi, you deserve this. I wouldn't make him mad, though. I wouldn't make him mad. This is pitiful, man, and nobody's surprised by this. These Negroes, bro, all these Negroes do is get some money in their pocket, and they're still savages and animals and criminals. And nobody's surprised by this. These dudes don't live their life on any type of moral focus. And to a certain degree, to some, not all, a lot of people, they sort of proud of that. That's my nigga, man. Man, you ain't fuck. You know, we see that all the time, though, right? We see that all the time. We see that all on these YouTube channels. We see dysfunctional behavior embraced, especially when you're just talking about Twitch. That's all that is down there, Twitch streams. That's nothing but dysfunctional behavior. And the thing about it, what do you accomplish by being by doing okay, he's got enough money, that's just a chef. He threw her on the bed, allegedly, he choked her. She's living the tale and she was able to file a report. So whatever, when she got ready to leave, he didn't get in her way. So she'll get her money. NFL's got some deep pockets. She'll get her money. But just think about it. You the coach of the team, right? Just think about this. You got a veteran player. Now you got to deal with this. You got to break down film. You got to deal with 60, 75 grown men and their issues. And here comes a guy with a history of being problematic. And you got to sit here. Oh, now you got to figure this out. What if he's not available? And you, as a man, you got to look him in the eye. He's supposed to be a man, and he's behaving like this. And you're going to say, what kind of man are you? We need you. What kind of man? You're a veteran. You're not a rookie. Why would you do something like that? Why would you just smack somebody random and choke them because you don't give a fuck, right? Because see, that's really what it comes down. He don't really care. And you can't depend on him. That's why he's been cut from all these. You can't depend on this guy. I feel sorry for his kids, man. Those kids are going to be sad. Those kids are just going to be just like him. Just like him. And let me tell you something, because you guys need to know something. Platt, why you even care, right? You know what? It won't happen to Stefon because he's rich. His brother just got cut. It's not going to happen to him because he's got his money. But I see guys like this all the time. See, I see guys like this all the time. It's cool to do it. It's cool to do it, right? At his age, right? Just be financially responsible for your kids. Don't spend any time with them. Don't give a damn about nothing. And if a nigga come at you wrong, you're going to smack them. But see, they get old. And I see these people. And it's sad. It's sad now. They can't live like that now. Their kids don't fuck with them. The women, they dealt with a lot of trash women now. And them women, they don't fuck with them. They disrespectful. They got a bad attitude. They don't know how to talk to people. So the little bit of help they could get, they can't even get that. And what I want to do when I see a Stefon Diggs is I want to try. I'm using his case to show people, man, don't do that. Let that go, man. Yeah, okay, you got more money than these people, man. You make more money than a lot of people. And, but then again, this is how these people live. This is how these people think. The value system of the ghetto, the value system of the inner city. When you look at Cardi B, you see her in the bed, walking around with a Birkin bag. The value system of the hood, the ghetto, just upholding that. But they get to see it. But the difference is they get to uphold it from a mansion. They don't live down there. But they push it, that type of behavior. They support, they encourage that type of behavior. That's what they push. And I'm not surprised by this dude. And he didn't prove anything. He said he didn't do it. Okay. He didn't do it. But even if he did, what's the point, man? Why are you smacking this maid, a maid, man? And what did you prove? You're a professional football player, man. But that's another thing you want to talk about, the streets. Streets is a big thing with the streets about paying you. A lot of, that's the thing. You trying to get paid. Niggas will do shit. But nobody's surprised, man. Dysfunction. We were just talking about being governed by your emotions. We were saying females, the Casanat, she's governed by her emotions. This guy's governed by his emotions, man. He doesn't think about it. Now, like I said, he's got his money. He's got that. And that lawyer can talk to the other lawyer and they can reach a settlement. And, the charges with what the police, they don't have any pictures other than, and they won't be able to prove it if she ain't a part of the case. So, but let me say this, whoever you are, chef, you're going to get your money now. Your little couple of hundred he didn't pay you, or whatever, your little 1,000 that he owe you, you're going to get a lot more than that now. And the NFL got too much money. They don't play around, man. The people are going to be behind the scenes talking. They're going to tell him, well, we talked to the victim and she says she can make it, she's willing to walk away of 25,000. And it's going to go through the lawyers. But at the end of the day, it is a depiction of the type of individual that you're dealing with, the type of man who's sitting on the king's throne who would risk that because he wants to slap somebody upside the head. And he did it to a woman. This is not a tough man. This is a coward. And that's why he's having so much trouble with these football teams. He's really just a coward. And look at him. Look at the way well, they say he's zesty and he's sassy. Oh, man. This is what you get, man. Nobody's surprised. Let me get in there. Choked some maid. He got mad. She said she was trying to get paid. And that's a particular type of cowardice. I've seen guys, um, I've seen guys do that. Now, it wasn't pleasant. I had a thug cousin, and he's dead now. And he had a dude, young dude, cut his yard. And when the dude came to get the amount of money that was promised, he smacked him. Told him get the hell away from me. And said, go tell who you want to tell, because you got to take this money. And I was a little kid, man. And I saw that. And he proceeded to act like he didn't do it. He went around, he got up under his car, started going back to work on his car. And I didn't ask, why did you do that? But this is how they look at the world. They don't care. He didn't care of the damage he caused that little, he didn't care. He could care less that he traumatized that little boy. Just a little kid out cutting the yard. I would say kid, I'd say about 13, 14. I don't know his age. I didn't know him. Didn't even look like he was from the neighborhood. Just a guy who had a lawnmower. He was trying to make him a couple of bucks for the summer. Guy saw him and took advantage of him, exploited him. When the guy tried to get his money, smacked him. Told him he can go get anybody he want. I don't care about your cousin. Go get your uncle. You want your money, you got to take it. Yeah, just and when you look at a Stefon Diggs, this is the type of guy this guy is. This is the type of guy he'll assault women when he gets upset. He said, Platt, after what happened to Kai, we ain't trying to get married like that. Gotta got to be smart these days more than ever. Paul Mooney was smart. This ain't even about that. This is just doing what look, man, you gotta pay your servants, man. And what's going on with you? Why do you have such a temper? You got you got failed relationships, and then you got kicked off 4 teams. I mean, you've been cut from multiple teams. And a team that depends on you because they need you, they can't depend on you. Now they got to fix this. And what was your point? The woman she was not a threat to you. She certainly couldn't. The money she was asking for, you could pay probably 1 billion times. What do you get out of exploiting her? You're not going to pay her. You're going to have her cook for you, but you're not going to pay her to impress what your thug friends. And this is a man the women are producing children with. His kids are going to prison, bro. It's just a matter of time. We see his brother's been cut. You see what I'm saying? The dysfunction. You can't follow rules. You don't want to see it ain't about they don't want to follow the rules. The rules get in the way. The rules don't apply to them. They've been treated this way. To a certain degree, you can't blame NFL, college. You can blame that because they have been treated this way. Rules don't apply to them. It really doesn't. That doesn't vindicate them, but they got people on the New England Patriots. They got people in the NFL offices. It was a chef. This will be an easy fix, but still, you got to take time out of your focus to prepare for the team for the next match, and you have to deal with all of those men. You don't have time to waste on one guy who's supposed to be on the straight and narrow because he knows better, right? These are the leaders. Like the stream, man. Four kids, no wife, cut from multiple teams. The guy's a hit case. You can't depend on him. He's unreliable. He's violent. Don't matter how fast he can run or how good his hands are. You can't. He's not capable or of helping the team because he falls short as far as a teammate. And as a man, when you're talking to a man that's in his 30s, man to man, you do have to say, man, why would you why would you do this? You're not some 14-year-old kid. Why would you slap this woman? Why? Because you wanted to, right? Because you got upset, right? This is what you got to deal with, man. This is who the media props up in right there. This is the depiction of black men. You got Floyd. You see how that's the depiction of the passport bros. Really, it's depiction of black men. And now you got Stefon Diggs, and this is what the word's going to say. Even when they get money, say, "Oh, don't give me this. They ghetto and they broke." Nope. Even when they get money, you still get the same dysfunction. You really can't do anything with them. They become a threat to your franchise. What's up with you, Mace? Say if he did that to the chef, that means he'll do that. Probably, probably. I think yeah. If she makes him mad, and we're talking about Stefan, but yeah, Cardi B. Who's surprised she's attracted to um, dysfunction? Who's surprised by that? And these women will go on all of these TV shows talking about they want a good man, and they consistently get in relationships with people like this. Consistently. And nobody's surprised, man. And if you watch the NFL, this guy's gonna be drugged across the TV screen, that he can jump, that he can run, that he can catch a football. They'll give you that. But morally, he's a failure. And he fits right into the same. He's consistent. He's consistent. Jerome said that chef lying on that man. There you go, Jerome. This is well, he'll get his day in court or he'll settle the case. He'll make it go away. But as a teammate, if you watch football, the Patriots, you can't rely on this guy. This is not a man that you can rely on. When you need something, he's not going to show up. And he lives his life. Once again, we going back to Floyd, right? We said living your life hanging on by your fingernails. That's Stefon Diggs. Even with the money, he's hanging on by his fingernails. He lives in the fringes of reality. And that's a lot of these Negroes, bro. Violent, manipulative, and violent. And a aversion to authority. They don't want to be told anything. What did the woman say? If somebody tells her no, that makes her want to do it. That's a mental thing. If you suffer from that, and I'm serious, that's a mental thing. You got to conquer that. Somebody tell you no, that makes you want to do it. Why? You don't want nobody to tell you nothing, man. Stefan, like, hey, I ain't pay you so. That's not a guy you can depend on. That's not a guy that should be on a team like that. The Patriots should cut him. I hope they just cut him. Get rid of him. He can go move in with Cardi B. And she can what she do, she got the women that come in there and take advantage of their men. She can do that. But there's expectations, man, and he failed that because people rely on you and you need to meet that. Somewhere down the line, I don't know where the Negro has forgot that. 4 kids, that's not good. That's pretty dusty. 4 kids, no wife, cut from multiple teams. That's telling. That's telling. That's a telling story. That's his past. That's a telling story. No kids. I mean, 4 kids, 4 relationships. These relationships, and don't give me this. He was with his kids for Thanksgiving. What is that? You show up one day, those kids are going to grow up without a father. And in his case, that might not be a bad thing because he's got a temper. And it troubles me. I'm a grown man in America. I see him do his interviews. They treat him like they don't treat him like a man. When they interview a Tom Brady, I see how they interview Tom Brady. I see him. They smile, Tom. When they talk to him, it's like they're talking to a parrot. Fucking parrot. They don't treat him like a man. They treat him like a pet. And they don't ask him anything of substance. They stay straight to football. No substance, just football conversation. And they cut it off quick and get him out of there. And I just look at it and I shake my head and I said, man, them dudes don't want to talk to these savages, bro. And I said, look at how they act. You want to run around and show off your car. Everybody got a car, man. So you got you some money. So you're gonna go into the community and make a bunch of babies and smash a bunch of thoughts and think you winning. And you getting kicked off teams and your brother just got dumped. Yeah, just dysfunctional people who have no desire to change or structure their life. We was talking about Floyd, right? We said this was going to happen anyhow. See, when you start doing that, it just slowly becomes a descent. You keep doing it and just gets worse and worse until you don't get your temper in check, right? Somebody said to Cardi B, if he don't get his temper in check, it's very possible he's gonna fly off the handle. It's possible. And you can't make an excuse for this guy. I see the guys in the chat saying how you know that he did. You can't make an excuse for this guy because he's been cut from teams. He has an idea of how to get along and deal with his teammates and follow the rules. He doesn't want to. He's showing you he has a lot of irresponsible, reckless behavior. 4 kids, no wife. That's reckless behavior. You just making babies, just make them and just bang them out. Who gives a shit about who's going to be there? They're going to need parents, and you don't care. You're a real one, right? And then people wonder why he's labeled a savage or an animal. And then they wonder why people don't want to go to school, want his kids in the same school with theirs. Cut from multiple teams. Things work in order. There's an order of things. And then when you see a guy, like you said, his brother for Cowboys, right? When you see a guy and he gets cut, but when you look at some basic things like he's still good at his job, he's a head case. He's a head case. They can't really do anything with him. And then he becomes more trouble than he's worth. And you got to focus on this because these guys are propped up. Society props guys like this up. And they'll drag him out there. This is just more dysfunction. And academics was talking about Stefon blazing through all of those little female rappers and baby mamas, a lot of rapper baby mamas. And I say, yeah, that's what they like. They like mentally ill men who have money. We got a woman, she said, all y'all predators. And you know what? You sleep with us. And you know what? You can say what you want. This right here, the sisterhood loves this guy. You don't care about his criminal history. You don't care. You could care less. And he's going to put a baby in you, and he's going to abandon you. And you got nobody to blame but yourself. Nobody. Don't nobody have time for that, man. Them people down there trying to make money. Them people down there trying to improve themselves. They don't have no time for no foolishness, man. And in a room full of men, He's going to be judged, man. It's not going to be cool the way he's judged. He's too old to not understand that he has a he is going to be asked to set an example for the young people, that the rookies. Some things have to be kept under wraps. When you go out there and you smack your maid, that plays in the stereotypes about black men. You do it 3 days before. I mean, you do it like a week before the playoffs. Probably get fired. I mean, suspended. At least first game. And then people talk about the NFL and why they don't want to draft players. They don't. Look at these guys, man. They're animals. They're not. They were raised. Look at how they were raised, man. Look at what he's producing. He's making kids, and nobody's there to raise them. And he got money. He could buy him some Jordans and an Xbox, but he ain't gonna be able to raise them, man. Said the same thing to Antonio Brown. Yep. And Antonio Brown's now fighting a case where allegedly or whatever, a gun crime. He went from being right on our TVs. He went from in the NFL to now he's fighting a gun crime. And what do you want the NFL to do? Raise them? By the time they make it to the NFL, they're supposed to be men. One thing that Tom Brady used to do is if you pissed him off, he wouldn't throw you the football. One way to piss him off is to complain. Just complain that he's not throwing it to you. Then he's never going to throw it to you. He didn't like that. He felt that if you're a member of a team, you'll get it when you're open. If I'm not throwing it to it, you're not open. But if you complain, he's never going to throw it to you. To a certain degree, the NFL has spoiled. The NFL is making money off of these dudes. The NFL makes a lot of money off of these professional football players. They've spoiled these dudes. Now watch them. They're going to go out there and they're going to fix this mess. They're going to go clean up this mess. But this is what they're putting on the football fields. This is what they're presenting to you. Animals. People who refuse to follow any type of order or rules. They're governed by their emotions. They're walking around dressed up like whatever that is. And you wonder why the black community is an absolute disaster. Because these are the men that's propped up. Absolute disaster. And you got to blame the sisterhood. I see she ran off. You got to blame the sisterhood. This is what you guys sleep with. This is your man. Because he'll never be your husband, but this your man. We know he'll never be your husband, right? And why would someone be attracted to a man with, look at his background? They're attracted to this. And you wonder why a guy like Michael B. Jordan struggles trying to find a woman. Stefon Diggs. is facing a strangulation and assault charges stemming from an incident on the 2nd of December where a chef reported that he did not pay her. And when she went to talk to him, he smacked her. And then he choked her. He put it like a headlock. And then he threw her on the bed. Now, to his credit, she got up, she left, she filed a police report. But to his credit, he didn't try to impede her. And we know, God forbid, he didn't try to delete her. But I don't get what was the point in doing that to her? When you know the team relies on you and you've got a history, you've got multiple, you've been cut. When are you going to learn your lesson, bro? When are you going to learn your lessons? 4 kids, just go make you some more kids, man. Who gives a damn if they have a daddy, right? Why would you care? Just show up and take a couple of photo ops, stand on Instagram, and that's supposed to mean what? That you take care of your kids? Financially, you have to. The NFL's not going to let you play in that league if you don't take care of your kids. But when you got 4 kids, you can't be 4 different places at one time or 2 different places at one time. And this bad attitude, I hope he changes that, man, because it's going to affect his future. It's also time to grow up, man. It happens, man. We get it. But you're grown now. You got to act like a grown man. And somebody go tell him he needs to dress like one too. What is that, a blouse? I mean, this is where we're at, man. This nigga got on a blouse. Allegedly, everything's allegedly. We don't know what happened. And people do, I mean, we hope not. People do suggest that Cardi B, these things might happen. We hope not. But this shows you, man. See, they push this fake relationship. It's a real relationship, but they push this Cinderella and the prince. Dude's just a thug, man. He's a common thug. That's all he is. He just can run fast, catch a football. He's a thug. That's what he is. Look like his brother's been cut. Thugs. Just thugs. They're animals. They don't want to follow the rules. They have no desire to follow the rules. They're going to do what they want to do. And then when you're in a room full of men, it don't work that way. That's why they get cut. Don't nobody have time to play with your bullshit. This is how we do things here. Oh, you don't want nobody to tell you nothing. You're going to do what you want to do. Okay, you cut. Get your ass out of here. I got no time to argue. You think I'm sitting up here to argue with you? Who raised you? And God help those kids. God help those kids. What's up with you, JR?
Oh, what's going on, Platinum, man? I'm saying what's up, man. Happy holidays and whatnot. I ain't been on in a minute. Just saying how you living, man. See what you saying. Head case. You said man got on a blouse. That's crazy, man.
Is it?
It looked like one of them like a blazer or something, but it do look a little extra. But that's crazy. I was like, wait a minute, he got on a blouse for real. But I don't put that past him. That's right up his alley anyway, wearing a blouse. But that actually looked like a blazer in the picture. But nah, a lot of them do it, man. They dress up in this high fashion stuff to get away with, they sexuality and stuff like that. They dressing all extra and stuff, but that's just to hide their sexuality. That's all that is. But yeah, it's interesting, man. He definitely taking that Antonio Brown um thing a little bit too far, man. Like he leaning all the way into the quote unquote wide receiver diva type situation. Like he leaning all the way into it, and that's crazy, man.
Diva stuff. See, I don't. You gotta go. You gotta follow the rules, man.
Yeah, yeah. He leaning too far into it, man. You go back into the Michael Irvin days and Chris Carter days. A lot of receivers have been like they say the diva or the bastard stepchild of the team, the headache, the basket case. But yeah, this new generation of players, man. This guy particularly, like he all the way out there, man. All the way.
Yeah, and he's placed out there, especially in the hip hop community. Because of the Cardi B thing, he's sort of been adopted into the hip hop community, and he's very dysfunctional. He's right. You know what? He found the place. Stefan, if you were looking for a family, the hip hop, that's where you belong because they're just like that. They're no different than you. They're savages. They're animals. They produce a lot of kids that they're not going to raise. Their kids wind up going to jail, creating more problems for society. And even with the money, they can't act right. So you fit right in there, brother. And you're behaving. Let me say, NFL's going to get rid of you. But guess what? When they do, you got nobody to blame but yourself. Just like Antonio Brown. Now he's facing a gun charge. It's your fault. You got to blame it. So it's his fault. It's Antonio's fault.
Yeah. And then for Stefan, this is like second situation, like during this calendar year. Like I remember when the season started off back in August, September, something like that, and he was on the boat, out there chilling or whatever, and they was making a big deal about a pink substance, whatever it was in, some type of little
K2.
yeah. And they was like, man, like what's going on, bro? Like what's the pink substance? But then that kind of, it just kind of went away. The season started. They win in a lot of football games. Just kind of went away. But now, you know what I'm saying? The allegation of strangulation, like, come on, brother. Like, what's going on? And if you read the report, obviously, whatever miscommunication, look, you supposed to pay this chef or the chef saying she didn't get paid or whatever the case may be. But the allegation of you putting your hands around her and this lady getting lightheaded and you telling her, well, you know where I stay. If you gonna send somebody over here to get the money, like, come on, man. What type of time you on, man? Like you don't even operate like that. So
Yeah.
I don't get it, man. I don't understand it at all.
Well, the community, man. If you live in the community, you got to deal with the people in it. And this is so symbolic of the black community. I live in it. And you just get tired of it. You say, man, why don't you just pay her?
Yeah, I really I don't get it, man. I don't get, and look. I understand a little bit of it. You may have people on your team that handles certain things, or whatever, because you may not see every financial thing that comes across, your bank account or expenses. You got people to handle stuff like that. But if somebody's speaking to you directly and saying, "Look, man, look, there's an issue with payment. Like I didn't get paid. I'm still here providing a service, but I did not get paid." And
It's
your
just,
response is violence, like that's crazy, man.
well,
I don't think that.
it's symbolic with disrespect, man.
Yeah,
If you know anything about the drugs and stuff and that goes on in that community, they'll have you do some work for them and they won't pay you and you'll just have to do some more work for them. But if you complain, they'll smack you because what they want you to do is they're gonna say, get back in your place.
Crazy.
And who the hell are you asking me for money? Even they know that they're fully aware that they owe you money. They understand that. But the slap is basically disrespect to put you back in your place. So when they said that, I know exactly what they're talking about. And I'm saying he's in the NFL. Why is he acting like that? There's no reason to act like that. And I'm like, these dudes really uphold these ghetto codes and ghetto standards. And look at it. Look at what it's doing to them. And it's prison. I said, what is up with the Negro in prison? He's talking about you spent 5 years in prison. Well, you know, sounds horrible.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah. And anybody who understands the system, they make money. If a city can put you in jail for a while, a state, they're gonna make money off of you. You got to be taken care of. You got to be housed. You got to be fed. They make money off of you.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, they slave you out. You'll be working in the laundry room for 5 cents an hour, 10 cents an hour. The commissary thing's a hustle. All that's money. The phone system is all that's money, man. They make a killing on the phone.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. They make money off of that. So why would you do some shit? You're a fucking millionaire. Why would you slap anybody?
I don't understand it, man. That's why I'm just like, I'm like, come on, man. We talking about small change to you, a millionaire. That's a small change, man. You know, so they didn't say a specific dollar amount or anything like that, but it couldn't have been that much. Because they saying over a matter of like weeks. So it couldn't have been that much, man.
Mm-hmm. He said he said Blueface came out of prison, got all the hoes. Yep. And see, this is what I'm saying. The sisterhood don't like this, but this is what y'all like.
That's what they run to.
Mm-hmm. And this is they like a psycho type, emotional, sassy nigga. They like guys like that. Walks around in a blouse and Timbers.
You say a blouse, man. Come on, Black man. That's a shiny ass blazer he got on. But like I said, I don't put it past him, man. He definitely didn't rock a blouse or two. I didn't seen it in a social media timeline a time or two before with him. So, but I mean that's what they do, man. They all put that they claim it hot fashion, but they just walk around looking gay. Honestly.
Well, there's a rumor. Since you did go down that rabbit hole, there's a guy who said, "No, there's a guy who said, isn't there a guy out there who claims that Steph was trying to pick him up?"
I didn't hear. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, it's like in his DMs or something. It was a guy. I can go look at the story. There is a allegation that there was some type of sexual with a man, and the man came out. He got beat up or something. There's a fight, and he sued. It's horrible, man. But see, once again, we can go back to Floyd. See, you guys got to understand the whole criminal thing, right? You got to understand it. That criminals, that's the beginning. It's like a plant. It's like you put a seed in the ground and it's going to be a tree. Well, then it's got to begin. It's got to grow, right? So it's a little small tree, then it gets bigger. Criminals, they do small things, but eventually they're going to do something really bad. So if they don't get no help or nobody don't stop them, it'll get worse and worse and worse and worse. And the reason it goes like that, because it's human nature. This is how humans think.
Yeah, it's their evolution.
Yeah.
You know, they say petty crime and then it turned into, a bigger grand scheme. So, yeah. Look, somebody needs to seriously sit down and talk to him, because we've seen the trend already. We've just seen it play out with Antonio Brown. We've seen it start with minor infractions to altercations on the field, off the field, to the point where now he's what? Is he still in jail, or I think he bonded or bailed himself out or something like that? But I mean,
Antonio Brown?
yeah, now he's
Yeah,
facing.
his lawyers. He got his lawyers. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
fighting it. He's fighting it, but still, you can say what you want to say. That is absurd that he would be facing charges like that. What is he
correct.
trying to prove?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just like you can talk about the hip hop, like because that's what Steph is, the hip hop community. You can make a case with the hip hop. You look at a guy like 50 Cent. Now we know 50 don't do anything. We know he sends that we know he projects the image that he's the out there like that. We know he's not, right? He's a very wealthy guy,
Yeah.
very successful. But in order for him to garner respect, he has to project that image that he's a thug and that he's out of control, that he's got some type of psychological disorder, because that's the community respects stuff like that, and that's what's sad.
Yeah, it is sad, man. It's sad all around. But yeah. But
What do
yeah,
you
man,
think?
I was
What do
just
you think?
saying what's up to you, man, and happy holidays and all that good
Okay.
stuff. But interesting topic for sure.
What do you think about 4 kids though? You think this guy should be out just producing babies?
No. I mean, I heard a little bit what you said earlier as far as like, look, you showing up, people giving them a pat on the back for showing up or for Thanksgiving, but man, it's 364 other days in a year that you're not there. I couldn't even fathom the thought of not, waking up and seeing my children like every day. So yeah, look, we've talked about it time and time again. If you want to talk about Stefon Diggs, you want to talk about Nick Cannon, you want to talk about Future, I mean, the list goes on and on from, these quote unquote prominent black celebrity figures, and they
Mm-hmm.
just, you know, continuously produce offspring, and they're not there on a continuous basis to raise them. So
Yeah,
yeah.
but in the black community, that's acceptable behavior. They promote that.
Nah, I don't think it's acceptable, man.
No, they promote that. There's no look. They're just like Stefan. They promote a guy like him. He's mentally challenged and he can do anything he wants. Not only that, he's paraded. He's put on the big screen when he goes out. And he smacked, or he smacked someone over a payment dispute. And then you look at a guy like a Tom Brady. You look at these Bradshaw, and you never hear anything about that. You never hear. They're rich. They have a lot of money. They don't behave like that. What is it with the Negro? And he gets them some money. Why can't the Negro get rid of his dysfunction, Jr.?
I mean, I don't know, man. Uh, yeah, I have no clue. But
We
I
need.
will I will push back
Mm,
against. I don't think it's accepted. I don't think culturally we just accept it. I mean, I think it's a thing that happens, and we speak upon it, we discuss it. Obviously, people gonna have their different views on it, but we speak upon it and we talk about it. But I don't think culturally it's accepted. I don't think we just sit around and be like, "Yeah, man, if you go out and just do this thing, man, we'll welcome you back with open arms and stuff like that." Nah, a lot of people turn away and
mhm,
push that to the side. I know I'm one of them people. I'm like, look, I want to know all the facts, obviously, right?
mhm. Yeah,
Because one person's
he's,
side
he's
doesn't
innocent.
equate to the
Yeah,
truth.
he is innocent until proven
Yeah.
guilty.
So, but just reading through the story, I'm just like, to me, it just sounds like a small miscommunication led to something this big. Like, this is big. This is a felony charge. Putting your hands on somebody. Strangulation, that's a felony charge. So I for me, I'm like, a small miscommunication when it could be, hey, I did not get paid. All right, hey, let me talk to my people. Let me figure out, give me a minute, give me an hour or so. I'll get something figured out for you. And if that is the case, you will receive your payment. Boom. because obviously money is not an issue for it, or at least we
Mhm.
assume money is
Mhm.
not an issue. You're
Mhm.
a millionaire, but you could be broke. Who knows, right?
Mhm.
But yeah, that's crazy, man.
Mhm. Yep. Cut from multiple teams, doesn't learn his lesson. Um, has a horrific judgment when it comes to women. Um, yeah, this is not the type of guy you want on your football team. This is not a leader of men. They just cut his brother. These people, him too, they're not leaders of men.
Yeah, no,
They,
for sure.
yeah, they don't answer the call.
Yeah, I don't think they're asking him. I don't personally, and even watching the game of football, I don't think they're asking any one of the of them, the Diggs brothers. I don't think they're asking them to be leaders on the team. Just because you're one of the higher paid players on the team don't qualify you as being a leader. You gotta, there's certain attributes and characteristics you gotta have about yourself to go about being a leader. So I think they just pay them more so for their talents and what you can do on the field. But as far as like being a leader, nah. I don't think the franchise is looking to stamp them as, oh yes, he is the face of our franchise. He is the leader. He's a pillar in our community. Like they're not going down that right. Hey man, we paying you, stay out of trouble kind of thing, and we see you back next year, when the season's over kind of thing. I just think that's how I go with them. So
Now they have expectations. He's got to be a leader. He's a wide receiver. His quarterback is what, second year. He's got to set an example for the younger players, and he is expected to lead them. That's one of the reasons. That's one selling point of a veteran. You set a standard. You give them an example. You need a guy. You need a guy anywhere amongst men. You need a guy to say, hey, you know, everybody be quiet. That guy's got to be respected by the others. You need somebody to set the tone. And then that individual sets the tone. They show respect to the individual that's about to speak. You
yeah,
look
but
at it. No, you look at a guy like Stefon Diggs. Is when the team comes, he stands up. Stefon stands up. Okay, everybody. All right, look, put away your phones. Okay, everybody, hold up. And then the coach is walking out. Hold up, everybody, be quiet. We got coach coming out here. Everybody, be quiet. Coach for the talk. You need that, but you can't use him if he's smacking people in the mouth, smacking his servants in the mouth. Running around with a bag of K2, hanging out with thoughts. That's not setting a standard, man. That's playing into the system.
yeah, that's why I say I don't think they would use him as a standard. Now, in that regard, I don't think they would use him as a standard. But as far as like being a voice in the locker room, because in sports, like when you're around other guys, like I never made it to the professional ranks, but in the collegiate ranks, like when I played, like you look around and guys that are just they're more talented than you. They work out warriors, the way they go about being very technical and sound in that specific sport. They just got it right, so you will listen to them for that. Like if he's telling me how to run a route, like, yeah, dude done caught a lot of passes, he got a lot of yards, a lot of touchdowns, so he giving me information about running a route, I'm all ears for that. But if he's talking about, hey, yo, coach about to come in, like quiet down, like, you talking to me about running a route? Yeah. You talking to me about, you trying to be a team leader, nah, bruh. No, because your public life in a professional setting, your public life is so up and down. Like, I don't know what type of guy I'm getting. Now I know what type of guy I'm getting on the field of play. I know what type of teammate I'm getting on the field of play, but outside of that field of play, I don't know what type of person I'm getting. I don't know if you will show up for a birthday party for one of my kids, or if I invited you to be a part of my wedding or anything like that. Like, you don't hear about things like that with that guy. But when it comes to like just football, like he know football, so they
Mhm.
gonna listen to him for that. But other things, life
Why,
things,
why, why are the black women in our community so attracted to a man with this type of history? He's been cut. He's got a bunch of kids. I mean, he's going to make you a baby mama. He's going to. He can't hold a job. Really, he keeps cuts from team. Why are they so supportive of a guy like this?
I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for a woman. You know, I never stood in a woman's shoes, so
Mhm.
I couldn't even give you an answer.
Okay. Well, I'll speak for him. The community is just dysfunctional, man. And you look at it, it's like the parents don't even matter. It's like they're born in prison. I
Mm.
see dudes in the community, they get locked up all the time, be up there a year, 2 years, and they go back to work. It's like we're gonna sit you down for a couple of years, and then you get back out there and go back to the warehouse, go back and do a labor job, and then you die. And then they many times they don't have enough money for a burial.
Mm.
Yeah, community is eight to the bone, bruh. It's eight to the bone. When you look at Stefon, he's exactly the type of guy I don't want to live next to. When you say who's your neighbor, and they say Stefon Diggs, I'm moving.
You say you moving, huh?
I'm moving. I'm moving. He's exactly the type of guy you don't want to step on your property. You don't want his kids to know your kids. You don't want to live around him. He's dysfunctional. He can't control his temper. That's not normal.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's interesting to hear your take on it. I would I would be all ears to hear what a woman thinks about a guy like this and why he is considered. I don't want to say like a high valued man or whatever situation they look at him as, but yeah, I mean it's definitely not hard for the brother, you know, but
And he's touted. Once again, this man is touted up by, I hate to see, we don't like to tell the truth. Uh, Black women. These are the type of dysfunctional misfits who, as a kid, you wake up to, and your mom's brought home Stefon Diggs, and he's mentally ill, and he's got on a fucking blouse.
I can't put this. I can't put his actions on no. Well, you're not putting his actions on women, but I can't even subject women to that, man. Like this, whatever's wrong with him, a chemical imbalance, in his mind. That's something. That's some demons he fighting, and that ain't got nothing to do with a woman.
Yeah,
You know.
you look, brother. You keep saying that. He got his thoughts. Now, come on, stop playing.
No,
Also,
I'm
yeah.
no, I'm
Also,
saying
I forgot about that. You're right. And he's a guy said he was trying to. He likes guys too. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I can't put it on women. I mean, his behavior is his behavior. Now, what somebody is willing to accept, a woman, that's on them. But I don't know what women are willing to accept. But his behavior, I can only, from a man, like man to man, like, bro, what's wrong with you, man?
he's a head
Well,
case.
Platinum,
Yeah. Yes, sir. How you doing today, Pablo?
what's up, man? Platinum, we've seen this movie before. Uh, Antonio Brown, uh,
Mhm.
Aaron Hernandez. Uh, like this movie has been played before 1,000 times with a bunch of different guys, um, in different sports. Ja Morant, you in Memphis, man? Ja be wilding out, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and check this out. If you can find it, there is a clip of the Minnesota Vikings when they were in training camp They were polling the team, and they asked all of the players on the team, which player on the team would you least want to date your sister? They all said Stefon Diggs.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. Yeah. Yeah.
The black ones and the white ones. They
Yeah.
all said
I said,
Stefon Diggs.
this guy's a damn menace, man.
Well, that you have to grow up. I can see a guy who's has bully tendencies coming through a hellhole. Maybe he grew up in a real impoverished area and he had to survive. But where there's a detachment is when these guys are in mansions and they're still engaged in the same thug behavior. I don't get that.
Well, money don't give you character, Platt. It doesn't give you that.
Mm-hmm.
You just gonna be a loose cannon with money. You're gonna be undisciplined with money. You're gonna be a drug addict with money. That's what you're gonna be. It's not gonna change you. You're gonna be who you are.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're right. Somebody said they put Shannon Sharp in there.
Damn. That is ass. That boy Shannon Sharp, man.
Let me kill that. No, I hit the wrong button. I hit the wrong button. I'm sorry, man. And these dudes, let me say something. I'm not their fathers. These dudes can do what they want. They're going to do that anyhow. But it's troubling to me. We just had Antonio Brown. Now we got Stefon Diggs. We had the video with Stefon is on a yacht. He's got a bag of K2. He's got a woman saying that she lets her men have twosomes and threesomes. It's deviancy and it's dysfunction, and it's placed at the forefront of our society. And you say, well, what happened to the people, the good people? I don't even think they have those anymore.
Well, hold on, Platt, man. There's still good people out there. Come on now.
They don't put them up front.
They don't. But like they said, nobody ever gets highlighted for good deeds, right? Because that's what you're supposed to do. That's what humanity is about, right? You're just supposed to, take care of your brothers and your sisters. That's what you're supposed to do, right? So nobody gonna pat you on the back for that. And it don't sell. Like, come on, now. We know drama sells.
But isn't that the whole point? When we get when we, as a collective, as a group, the further we move away from emphasizing morality and fairness, we're going to descend into hell, because now it's becoming every man for himself. Now it's become smash all the chicks you want until you can't no more, make all the babies and don't give a damn about the babies, slap and fight. If an animal, right? Let me tell you something. An animal, right? Stefon family, whatever. Stefon. I just looked up. He's suing. He did file suit against him. Somebody put out that he tried to off a gay man, and they're up on Google. He's filed suit against that guy. When what a wonderful time. I'm serious. Now you want you to think about this. What a wonderful time when you could sleep when you want to, eat when you're hungry, laugh when there's something funny, and fight when you're angry. And just keep doing that. And that's a great time. That's a very young person's reality, but it doesn't apply to grown people. Because when a grown person does it, that's an animal. It's not how we live. You're going to get angry. You can't fight every time you get angry. Sometimes you got to work. Can't sleep when you're tired. Got to go to work. And see, when people hold themselves to those things, they become out of sync in society, like a Stefan, like a Antonio Brown. And it's always the Negro. It's always the Negro. And then you give these Negroes money and they just go out and get a bag of K2 and a bunch of hookers.
Platinum. Wait a minute. Who is this? Who are you, sir? Platinum. This is not the Platinum that I met 6 years ago over on Obsidian's channel. Who is this person?
I'm Platinum, man. I don't know where you get. I'm the same guy. I don't know where you got it.
No. This is not the Platinum that I knew that was talking about just fuck on him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't. That's not the Platinum that I met.
Yeah.
Who are you?
You Pablo, you got to take some of the stuff tongue in cheek, man.
Okay, I didn't know you was playing a role of a Memphis pimp.
I wasn't playing no role, bro. That is me. Why do you think people see this? Why do you assume those people don't know right from wrong?
Hey man, to your other guests, hey man, listen, this is not the Platinum that I met on social media.
What are we doing, man?
About 6 years ago. You singing a whole different tune, brother. Whole different tune.
I'm trying to help people, Pablo. How can I help them, Pablo? I'm trying to help them.
Call them out, Pablo. Shit, this ain't the same Platinum I met a year ago.
This is a new person.
Mm-hmm. I'm the same guy. And I'm very capable. You want me to? I can stop this and come back with a what you call a slaw stream. I can put that up.
All right, yeah. The slime out. Yeah, that's the Platinum I'm used to. I didn't know you had morals and principles and shit like that. What is this?
We all have morals and principles.
Okay.
We have to embrace.
I didn't know.
Pablo, this topic isn't the place to do that. But Pablo, don't you enjoy certain things in life? You don't overdo it. You don't overindulge. But there's
right. No.
Okay. Well, then sometimes
I've been known to slaw a few. I slaw for sure.
Oh, no. What I'm trying to say is there's a time and a place. Stefan can enjoy the fruits of his hard labor, but you can't do it this way, Stefan. You already been kicked off 4 teams. You've been kicked off multiple teams. You got 4 kids. Your teammates, they're dependent on you. Why are you acting like that? That's what I'm saying. It doesn't benefit anyone to say it's okay with what he's doing. That's not how men behave. And see, the black community don't understand and say, hey, man, you can't be a little ass boy for the rest of your life.
You sure can't. You got to grow up.
Yeah, a lot of things you ain't going to like. And all this, I'm going to get my pistol. That's our community now. Everything's about, I'm going to do it, whatever I want to do. And if I don't like it, I'm going to go get my pistol.
Yeah, I don't see how that. Puffy also had an altercation with his female chef. Do you remember that? You remember that as part of that trial?
I don't remember.
I remember that.
What happened with the chef? What happened with the chef?
He assaulted the chef when the same situation, almost identical. She said, "Hey, I haven't, got my bread. When can we settle up for the month or whatever?" And he took offense to that, and he commenced to putting his hands on her, threatening to kill her. Yeah, picked up by the throat, almost the same crap, almost like the whole repeat of what you see with Stefon Diggs. Same situation.
Yep, I remember that. He settled that real quick.
Yeah,
because that chef was coming out and she was saying all kind of crazy stuff. Which, I mean, you fast forward to now. Woo!
And if you think about it,
was right on point.
If you think about it, you gotta be crazy in your head to do dirty somebody that's making your food. you don't know what they could do. You understand what I'm saying? To what you eating, and you not paying them, you not treating them nice. You don't never disrespect the chef, bro, because you don't know what they putting in that food. What you gonna put in your mouth? They put some special sauce on it.
Well, she ain't gonna. He probably wouldn't do that. But Pablo, I do have a question. Jr.
Oh, no.
Jr. was afraid to answer it. Maybe I can ask. Maybe you'll help me. Why do black women find a man like Stefon Diggs? He's been cut from 4 teams. He has children all over the place. Clearly, there's some psychological damage somewhere. Why do they find this man suitable enough to sleep with him?
I think that a lot of Black American women like men that they find exciting, and these guys, they're unpredictable, they're not reliable, and so they're the opposite of that. They're wild cards, and so they find that that kind of a lifestyle exciting. See what I'm saying? Because he's not the predictable guy that's gonna. Even if he was an NFL football player, and just went to practice, studied film, and then came home and got his treatment or whatever, and then got up the next day and did it all over again, they wouldn't be satisfied with that, even if they was in a mansion. It's got to they like excitement, man. They like thrill. They like guys that give them thrills, give them emotional highs and lows.
Well, okay,
he provides that.
Wouldn't that make them dysfunctional?
Yeah.
Wow. And we wonder about the community, right? Like, what's there to
I
wonder?
know all about the community.
But what is there to wonder?
That's what they like.
Ain't that something? No, I'm listening to you. I'm just saying, isn't that sad? That's sad what he's saying. That's sad, man.
I don't,
because you would think
I used to think like you, Platinum. I used to be, oh, this is sad. Oh, this, and then listen, I accept that community is what it is. I accept it. I know I can't change them. They like what they like, Platinum.
Yeah,
I mean, it's sad. No, it's sad for those who participate, but they don't think it's sad. They enjoy it, Platinum. You can't say, oh, it's sad. No, they're not sad. They like a hog and slop. They like, fighting with the baby daddy and, and the baby mama of Stefon Diggs, other 2 baby mamas. They like squaring up and getting it in with running around with that. They like that.
Well, on that matter, yeah, a lot of women deliberately send their man to jail knowing he ain't really got no bond money, so that they then have the upper hand in the relationship. And because when they go and get them out,
you mean call the PO on them and stuff like that?
Yeah. Get them locked up and then go get them out, right? And then when he comes back, they break his, they emasculate him and break his spirit. And then when that relationship leaves, right, is no longer there, he's damaged. And he's right back in the dating market. And all of this stuff adds up. This is what you have. You can say, Stefon, anytime you're in a mansion and you're behaving like this in a well, Platt, how you know the other people don't? I'm sure some of them do. I don't know what goes on. I don't live in a mansion. But this guy has made it. This shouldn't be the behavior of a guy who's made it. This shouldn't. And this guy is set in front of the world as an example of black men. Look at his hair. He got the braids. There used to be a time when men would take the mantle of leadership and they would sacrifice. God said, hey, man, if you ever became a pastor, are you going to sleep with your congregation? And I'm gonna move that question to a pastor. I asked that. Okay, that's not a question for me to answer. The pastor who had one, he said, "Well, of course, you would be tempted." He said, "I'm tempted. He had a congregation." He said, "But you're there for those people. You're the one who's there to help them. I expect them to be weak to the flesh. I expect them to do these things, but I'm commanded to show them the right way. And he said, if a pastor does that, that is hell. He is a person full of wickedness. And he said, so that's why I would never, he said, that's why he would never do it. So when you look at Stefon, his job, his obligation is to set an example for those, for us and for the New England Patriots. And he can't do that. He don't want to do it. He want to suck on his K2 bag, have orgies with Cardi, smack the help in the mouth. You know, it's ridiculous, man.
Is there a number on how much she said that he owed her?
No,
No.
not in any of the reports that I saw. It wasn't.
I'm thinking it probably can't be more than $50K.
That's what I'm saying. For a private chef, that's what I'm like. It's not that much.
Well, it ain't no 50K. Probably about 2,000.
Well, how much was the time though for a month?
It said a few weeks. So if we round it up for a month,
maybe $4,000 at the most.
Yeah.
Okay, we can go with that.
He could pull that out of his sock drawer, out of his loose change.
Out of his couch, huh?
Yeah. That's what I don't understand it.
He said, go. Okay, I owe you 4,000. Go look through the couch cushions.
It's there.
And stop. He said, you gonna get it before. Oh, you have to go through the whole couch. Stop when you get the money. Okay, you got it. All right. I'll see you next time.
Let me check the blouse I had on the other day. It might be in
right.
there.
It's some,
you know what I'm saying?
Some in the bottom of my jeans somewhere. Yeah.
Like, I don't understand, man. I don't.
Well, some people are wicked and violent. And we got to stop pretending. Everything don't have to be set up. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do things. I don't have to do anything to a person to get them to be violent. I don't have to do anything to them. They're naturally violent. And I'm saying they should be removed from our society, but these people exist. I know dudes right now, they stay in jail. They get out within 6 months, they're right back down. They get out, they go right back. And they get older, and you can see them getting older. And you look at their kids, guess where all the problems come from? Their kids. All the problems come from their kids.
Vicious cycle, man.
Yeah.
Vicious cycle.
4 kids, no wife, cut from multiple teams. That's a horrific resume. And now he's in a room of men. So judgment is going to come now, because see, that's what I'm saying. You can live like that in the hip hop community, reckless, because it don't really matter. They're a bunch of animals, but on the NFL fields, it matters. It matters. And in a room, you got to understand, you're being judged by a man who goes home to a wife, a man who takes care of his kids, a man who has to bite his tongue when the owner yells at him, a man who was fired and he had to stay in good graces to get another job, a man who's went through pain and had to deal with that, but stay with and functional in our society. Steph is going to fall short.
Yeah. Well, Platt, let me say this. I'm gonna juxtapose Stefon Diggs with somebody that I respect, Chris Jones, who is the captain of the Kansas City Chiefs. He's one of the captains. Chris Jones is a defensive lineman. He's a black man. He's got a wife, 2 kids. He ain't a criminal. He's a team leader. He's a world champion, and he's a all-pro. Chris Jones is a man. He's a grown-ass man.
Mm-hmm.
He talks like one. He looks like one. He acts like one. He don't give Stefon Diggs energy.
Yeah.
He gives grown ass man energy. So he can do it if he wants to do it. He just don't want to do it. Just, he want to be a Toys R Us kid.
Mm. Oh, this is what you get, man. New England Patriots, they took a chance. They bought in Stefon Diggs. On the football field, he has been doing what they asked him to do, but this is the problem. This is why he's been cut from multiple teams. You can't rely on him. You can't depend on him. You can't depend on him. He gets mad on the field. He's had conflict with quarterbacks. He doesn't want to accept the fact that he's covered, and that creates rifts on a football team. He's beholden to the ghetto for whatever reasons. And then another thing you can find out, you know how these dudes are. You know how these dudes are savages. I'm serious. You want to know how they're savages? Look at the women they date. Cardi B, a bunch of rap baby mamas. These men are not. They're not men. They're animals.
Yeah, he's not a serious man. If you want Cardi B, my dude. Any dude that dates Cardi B, I know is not a serious person. He can't be thinking about his own well-being. Can't. Or his future.
Yeah, and K2, you sitting up there, and then what kind of man wants to be with a woman who says, I let my man have bitches? What kind of man wants that? You know, she got money, man, but look, the problem is when you live like that, it comes back to haunt you. So I hope he's ready for it because it's going to come back. It's already coming back. We see this right here. It's been coming back on him for the last 5 or 6 years because you can't live like that. And you said Chris Jones, man, Chris Jones need to get in the gym. He needs to get in the gym. So, and the Chiefs got a lot of problems. So, but this is where we're at, man. Stefon Diggs has been accused of choking. He's been accused of assault. It stemmed over one of the personal chefs, private chefs, said that she shortchanged him. He shortchanged her. She said when she went back in to emphasize, in the contract, this is what she's owed. He turned around and he smacked her. Then he got on her and he choked her and threw her on the bed and he left. And I guess she let herself out of the house and she went on to file these charges. And the NFL's just found out about them. The NFL is going to do their own investigation. Some kind of way the New England police, some kind of way they didn't take pictures, some kind of way they didn't follow up. Isn't that something, man? She should file suit against that police department, man.
Yeah, I would sue the city.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's crazy. Like, come on,
I
man.
gotta think that. Yeah, I'm thinking if they're gonna charge him, they should have some evidence. It can't just be your word and his. It gotta be something.
Yeah, but they didn't do their job. They didn't take pictures. They didn't do what they were supposed to do. You know, the guy plays for New England, man.
Yeah,
He plays for
You're
him.
supposed to take the girl to the hospital, let them look at her neck, and let the doctors examine her, take the photos and all that shit. Yeah, you're supposed to do all that.
They were looking
Platinum. I was in law enforcement.
Yeah, but
That's what I did for it.
Pablo, that's why I said she should file suit against the police department because clearly they didn't do their jobs. And you say, well, why? Look, it's Stefon. He's winning.
You said who assaulted you? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Let us just take this down.
Have
on
a
this
seat
piece
over
of paper
there.
that we
Yeah.
yeah.
Have a seat over
we
there.
gonna take your statement on this piece of paper right here that we gonna shred. Like, come on, man. Like, that's what I said. Yeah, I would sue the city, man. But apparently, like his lawyer, Stefon's lawyer, apparently put out a statement saying that they have agreed to settle whatever situation.
I wonder how that happened.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm shocked.
So the lawyer came out and said Stefon is denying the claim. Now we agree to settle.
I wonder who talked to Stefon. And I can imagine it. Can you imagine if you're a family man, you got 4 kids, you got to deal with your wife, maybe you're on your second divorce, your mortgage, your life, your boss, and you got a man sitting in front of you who thinks the rules don't apply to him. Can you imagine? You're listening to this man talk and say, hey, man, well, look, we need to put this behind you. We need you for the playoffs.
You know that's the conversation that happened, Platt. We need to make this go away as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
You need to settle this now.
Yeah, and
Playoffs.
he
Playoffs
had,
in 2 weeks, brother.
he had a nose full of K2, bro. And he smacked his servant.
Oh boy, that was funny.
Platt, wow, man.
No, it was sad, man. This is sad, bro. This is sad. And he's a head case. He can say, you know, a lot of these dudes, Antonio, a lot of these dudes, when you see them and they, like I saw Russell, they're prepping Russell for a play-by-play job. So as soon as Russell gets out, he's going to have a wonderful opportunity to flourish in the football, NFL, right? Russell will probably get that $100 million contract. He'll be doing all the play-by-play for Amazon Prime or Peacock Network, right? Russell. They can't wait. They want him. They can't wait.
Russell Wilson?
Yeah, Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
They want him. They can't wait to get him. But then you say, okay, look at Russell and how he conducts himself. And then you look at a Stefon Diggs. And you say, man, ain't that sort of reckless?
Hey, Platt, so y'all cool with Russell now?
No, what I'm saying, he has a lot of opportunities when he gets out. But no, I'm not. Fuck no.
Tell him, Joey.
Hold on.
He's speaking high on Russell Wilson.
No, he has a lot of opportunities.
Nah,
I'm
Platt.
saying in comparison to Stefon.
Platt, I'm here, Platt. It's Joey. I'm here. You know I'm here.
saying in comparison to Stefon.
I got you, Platt. I got you. But y'all was the same when I was saying this about a couple months back. What y'all was saying? Nah, Joey, nah. He a simp. He ain't gonna have no opportunity. He ain't gonna be out there. She a bad look for him. I'm like, huh? Sierra?
It must have been somebody else.
No. All right. Hey, JR, was you up here, bro? JR,
I was up here.
They was punching on him. And I'm like, yo, he's a good dude. He take care of his family. Okay, Sierra, she ain't out here running around all crazy. She ain't a Cardi B. And he's still gonna have opportunities when he's retired. Guys was, he a simp, Joey. He a simp. You up here taking up for that simp ass nigga. I'm like, no, he's a cool dude. He's a good dude.
And I quote this Platinum. Man, women don't want a good man.
That's what you said, Platt.
That's what you said, Platt.
Well, they don't.
No. It's cool, Platt. You can change your mind.
Who's changing his mind? Hold up. Ask Pablo that. Wait a minute. Pablo.
Oh, Pablo up here? What up, Pablo?
Yeah, what's up?
Pablo, do Black American women, in your opinion, do you think they want a good man?
No. I think they want men that are exciting.
You can still be a good dude and be exciting.
I think.
Go ahead, Pop.
Okay, and you weren't here when I spoke earlier. But what I said was they like guys that are unpredictable and that they view as exciting. The problem is most of the guys that are really like that are also unpredictable in other areas of their life, like lashing out and choking the shit out of them. Or you know, getting fired from their jobs and shit like that for snapping on something. So the thing that they like the most is also the thing that makes the person dysfunctional, if that makes sense.
I get you, Pablo, but eventually a woman, I ain't talking about a hood rat or one of these young-minded bird brain chicks, they're going to get out of that. Why would they want to keep living? Some of them do want to just keep living in dysfunction, like Cardi B. Like
I agree.
She
gonna live in it. Yeah.
But some women I've seen, especially me growing up in the urban area, they get out of that. They want to deal with a normal guy, have a normal job, and live a normal. And they excitement come from like they do take them out on a nice trip or a nice excursion, a nice dinner somewhere. You know what I mean? Little things. But not everybody want to live in this dysfunctional, going upside their head, putting feet on Ike and Tina Turner type. Like people grow up out of that. When you young, it's like, yeah, it's exciting, but when you get older, you like, man, I ain't got time for that. I got bills to pay. What the hell? You want me bailing niggas out? I know I don't. I had a homie
you want
that
to be
used to
home,
go in
sleep
and
in
out
your
of jail.
bed. You don't want to be up
Yeah,
at the county jail. Yeah.
you got a call from correction, sir. I ain't got time for that. I know guys that been there, done that, and they got up out of that. Now they married, chilling, taking care of their babies, and having a good time. Now, Platt, now there's two type of guys that we gotta sit up here and evaluate. You got Stefon Diggs, then you got your Russell Wilson. You get what I'm saying? When you got things going on, you got to establish a legacy, a family, and you trying to build something, you ain't got time to be out here having 50 million baby moms and trying to settle out settlements with, what's that, that was his chef that he going through it with?
Yeah, it was his. I think she was a female, and she was a chef, a private chef.
Yeah, he put hands on her, took her in the back and choked her up or something, allegedly.
Uh-huh.
But you don't want that type of stain on your name at all. You feel what I'm saying? Especially right now, he and the Patriots, they looking good, and this gonna look bad. And then look, the sisterhood, they all going at Cardi B. Oh, you standing there, abuser? You get what I'm saying? He also a representation of his girl.
Her and Nicki Minaj, they like the jail nigga. They like
nasty work, Platt.
Yeah, dysfunctional. No, it's the truth.
Is.
Yeah, they're attracted to jailhouse thuggery and animal behavior. They are.
All that ghetto stuff, Platt. That's dirty to me. Like, ew, you still do that? You still getting locked up? You still want to deal with a raggedy nigga or a raggedy chick that's out there fighting people? Cardi B went to court for fighting, putting her hands on somebody. She beat all her cases, but well, hopefully Stefon, he'll come out clean. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. Well, if I mean the NFL is going to do an investigation, we'll see what the NFL says. They're going to interview her, and as far as the I don't even know. Yeah, they put a police report. I mean, it's going to be up to her to see where it goes. But yeah, if he smacks somebody, if that's true, he's going to miss the first playoff game. Well, he might be suspended for the playoffs.
Nah,
they said they standing near him. They said they standing with him. For what I read,
yeah, they
Patriots
put out
said they rocking with him.
They put out their report. We stand behind him. Such and such. That's why I said, like, I didn't understand the lawyer for Stefon. Obviously, he's hired by Stefon, but he came out initially. Stefon is denouncing the claim. This did not happen. And then literally 2 days later, he's settling with the chef. So
ain't that crazy? Yeah, because it's too much. They got them text messages and stuff. You see, they start putting piece by piece out of them text messages. Now, I don't say too much, but we don't know if she got more of him talking crazy or just like with Shannon Sharp, people lining it up, playing chess. Yep. I got this. You want me to put some more out? Be ready to cash out. It's gonna cost you, but hey, I don't know, man. Black men, I don't know. It's been a rough year for black men. I don't know. In between Shannon, this guy, and all the rest of them guys getting jammed up, I don't know. Like you be saying, Platt, like I always say, black men gotta grow up. We put ourselves in this position of succeeding and having power, then we just throw it all away. It's either our ego, our penis. Like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Get yourself a good lady, if you can find one out here, and just relax.
Well, I don't know if that's. I don't know. That's what Stefon look. I don't know if he's looking for that.
I don't know. He's a horn dog.
Yeah,
That nigga a horn dog.
He ain't looking
That's
at
a horny nigga. What I told you? What I said
Yeah,
yesterday?
now the guy who said he tried to.
that nigga's thinking of moving, man. He not settling down.
And it's
Come
okay. It's okay. We all been there. We was men of his age, and
No,
we
I
was
ain't
out
never
here.
been with Stefon. No, I haven't.
I ain't talking about having a bunch of kids. We ain't been there, but he out
No,
here
I'm talking
shaking
about
bacon. The women like him.
the homosexual.
Oh, the cases.
that-
Whoa, yeah. Oh,
Whoa.
I forgot that. I forgot that jacket is on him. I guess because he dressed flamboyant, but that's the younger guys today. They all dress like that with the fur jackets and the tight ass pants with their belly button out. I ain't with
No,
it. I
not out
can't
here,
get
they
jiggy
don't.
with it, Platt.
The crop shirt.
Crop tops.
It's
Yeah,
crazy, man. Crazy.
it's a new day and age, you guys. Purses. I told my nephew, I said, yo, I know you ain't going outside with that damn purse. You talking about, no, this a merce. A merce? That's a purse.
Bruh.
Take that shit off, man. You ain't putting that shit around your shoulders, man. You go ahead and get a fanny pack and all the rest of that. I'm putting no, but I understand today it's a whole different world. But yeah, I ain't never had that jacket on me. Somebody saying I dress a little zesty, but yeah, we'll see, Platt. We'll see what happens. I wish the best for that young man, but Cardi B, you know, she rocking with him. You know, that's his lady. So
Once again, I said that, and you're right. I mean, who's surprised by that? Of course, Cardi B's going to co-sign his dysfunctional behavior. But look, this is the black community, man. This is what we live in. So I'm not surprised, man. It's just sad, man, because then when you take a look at the other side, they don't act like that. They don't live like that. It's just the Negro, man.
you talking about white people? Nah, they do, Platt. They just keep it under the cover a little bit more better than us. We more out there.
Yeah.
Black people gonna show our
We've
bullshit
seen
more.
Antonio Brown. He's facing gun charges now. And now we got a Stefon Diggs in the news right around the holidays. You say the white people act like this. Show me.
I don't have the names on the top of my head, but a lot of them been jammed up before. They just sweep it under the rug. Shit, ain't nobody said nothing. What was it? Brett Favre or whoever that was doing stuff with the
Brett Favre?
Favre stealing money, man. He's
stealing money. Yeah, wasn't it?
Mississippi, bro.
He was doing welfare fraud.
Yeah.
You got to go all the way back to Brett Favre.
Platt, but he still was a
man. We tried, dog.
He's still a well-known
criminal.
Top athlete, was a top athlete, but he's still, you know what I mean?
Okay.
You mean it's other white guy? It was another white guy that had a case, and he still was playing football. He beat up a sisterhood, and he still was playing. I forgot his name.
Oh yeah, that offensive line, right?
Yeah, There's guys they just keep it under the wraps a little bit more.
Ben Roethlisberger, Mark Sanchez. Josh Giddey with the Chicago Bulls.
Josh Giddey, I forgot. Come on, Platt.
Boy, they swept that under the rug so clean.
They got the complexion for the protection.
How?
Got the complexion for the protection. That's all.
I don't know how he beat those charges. Shit was crazy, but
and at the end of the day, Stefon Diggs was arrested. I mean, he wasn't arrested. He was accused, or no, they said charged. They said charged.
Yeah, he charged, man.
Yeah. So
felony charged.
Yeah, they charged him, and now you snap your fingers. He's paid the woman off, but this is the thing: why didn't you just do that anyhow? Why does it have to come to this? Why does it take this for you to pay him? And believe me, they got way more money this time than whatever they were asking for. They probably got a year's worth. To shut up, don't work with anybody else. Hey, don't go online. If somebody contacts you, don't do this, and all of that. Somebody said the NDA too. I think it was another report saying that he tried to get them to sign an NDA. After this money, I'm sure they've signed it so that they can put this thing under wraps. But he shouldn't even be living like that. It's like, why you want to do stuff? Why you want to hurt people? I mean, why would you do it? Then you want to do it to somebody who's vulnerable. That's psychotic.
That money
if I'm a millionaire, Joey, and I say,
Yeah.
yeah, rock with me, Joey, you come down, and then there's a homeless shelter, and you be like, okay, you ain't saying nothing. And then you see me park, the Lamborghini or whatever, and I get out. I say, hold up, Joey, watch this. I go out and I start punching homeless people, and I get back in the car to my, man, I knocked the shit out of here. You see that, man? That's psychotic, man.
I'm gonna look
Why
at
you-
you like, what the fuck is wrong with you,
Yeah.
Brad? Why would you put your hands on?
No, just
But
mentally ill. And you're going out to people who are at risk, and then you don't have to do it. You're just doing it to do it. That's what I'm saying. What's going on with this guy?
Well, Platinum, one of the things I thought is, if I had that kind of money and fame, it would be very difficult for the average, Tatiana to get next to me. Like, I would have layers of like separation between me and the common people. I would be very. They would call me very like arrogant, snooty, but they wouldn't call me like in trouble because the thoughts would be very difficult to touch me. I have private parties, invitation only. You got to know somebody to know somebody that knows somebody to even get invited to the party. Like, I'm not like just pulling up to, the local club in Memphis or Atlanta or Miami. Like, it's gonna be some exclusive shit.
They have,
But
you said in Memphis, right? They have Atlanta's like this too. They have it's like a class system. Now, if you're a woman and you're a woman and for all intents and purposes, you're poor. If you're a woman, if you're very, very attractive,
sometimes you can get in.
Yeah, you will be getting
the velvet rope. Yeah,
you will be getting in. But if you are just a minion, you're a minion, and the guy who's the head of the organization, the criminal organization, he'll get access, but the minions don't get to come. So we got a tier system of black people, right? Where your upper crust, they party, but they don't party with the lower tier.
Well,
Like
see, I can weed it out. See, I know to catch things to weed them out. See, I would say like weaves and neck tattoos. No, you can't get in. Straight away. What's the name of the order? William.
But you wouldn't have nobody in your club then, brother.
Well, so be it. Thank you. So be it. But see, I just weeded out the hood rat girls right there. Boom.
You said weave and tattoos, Pablo? That's it?
No, I said no weaving, no neck tattoos. That's it.
I can go with the tattoos, but the weave, I mean, as long as presentable, it doesn't matter about the weave. Like, you know the
weaves I'm talking about, though. I'm not talking about some that look natural and you can't really tell. And I'm not talking about that.
Weaves?
Yeah.
That one. Yeah, I don't want no colorful weaves in the club. I get what you're saying. Tattoos, it varies. You said no neck tattoos.
Neck tattoo. I'm talking about the ones that look like they just fresh out of prison. You know the chicks I'm talking about. I'm not talking about she got a little tattoo on her chest or one little somewhere on her thigh. No, I'm not talking about them. You know what I'm talking about.
I got you.
The ones that look like they got a whole, like I said, they look like they fresh out of prison. They got so many tats. They cover them. You understand what I'm saying? You know the one.
You want some sophisticated looking women in there.
Right.
I can dig it. I definitely can dig
it. They have that though when the basketball team or it's mostly the basketball team. But even when the basketball team is doing a game, the other team, the Orlando Magic, they'll have private parties in the sense, what's today? Today is what, Tuesday? When would happen tonight, but say tomorrow, one of the guys from the Orlando Magic is saying, hey man, I want a birthday party. We got a game at night. We'll be there. We got a game, and there's dudes got clubs, and it's completely private where all VIP. It's all everything, right? To get in there. In there though, I've been in there and seen all of those guys, man. I was like, damn, because I remember when I first did it, I couldn't believe it. But they just regular people. Because I keep up with sports.
Right.
I'm like, that's so and so, man. Look at that dude. Look at that dude. And they bought their women, man. Whoa, man. Woo,
A smoker.
man.
Well, see, I would do it like I said. I would do it like they do it in Miami in the nightclub. Have a man at the door. You have your criteria on who can get in and who can't. That's all I'm saying. Who can touch you and who can't touch you.
What happened to my chat, man? Okay, here we go. All right. What's up with Mello with this horrific? She didn't put it in there. Look, allegedly he's had a bag of K2. He was on a yacht with a bunch of women, like Cardi B was trying to get an orgy. We know that's dysfunctional. We know that will come back to haunt you. Let me say this because I'm going to address that. This is still the slaw channel, right? But you got to be responsible with the slaw, okay? We wouldn't even be bringing this up if he wasn't irresponsible. He's just irresponsible, right? We don't co-sign this. It's almost like with the passport bro and Floyd. They don't co-sign Floyd. That don't take nothing from the men who travel. That man wasn't doing what they were doing. That don't mean you don't like to travel if you throw Floyd under the bus. Floyd threw himself under the bus.
Got that right.
Yeah. Yeah, so how come what y'all gonna do about Jay Rillo, Pablo?
Hey, I heard him over here on your channel. That was disturbing because I'm gonna tell you what I pulled out of that. What I pulled out of that is Jay Rillo thinks, and he's not the only one. A lot of younger guys think this. Any attention on social media, they think is good attention. They think that it's positive. Because he got on here and said, well, I'm known. I blew up. I'm like, yeah, but you're infamous. You're not famous. There's a difference.
They don't know the difference, Pablo. They don't
know the difference. Yeah, between infamy and fame. And so, yeah, that's my issue with Jay Rillo. And the other part, when you asked him, oh well, the whole not snitching thing. I'm like, yo, man, there's no not snitching when it comes to like, pedophiles. No, that ain't a part of the conversation.
It's not.
Yeah.
And you know what, Pablo? I might do it, because I'm looking at No Jumper. I'm really thinking I'd love for them to tackle that because see, they don't co-sign that. They don't co-sign a man they don't co-sign anything that's dealing with children because they have children. And certain
even
things.
Even in prison, what do they end up doing with them dudes?
Yeah.
They beat them within an inch of their life, if not kill them for that.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because some of them guys that's in there for life and all that, they were abused as children. That's why they do it.
But as crazy as it sounds, Pablo, we don't agree with that. You can't be a vigilante and take the law into your hands, So, I mean, I get it. The guys,
I agree, but I'm just saying, if they happen to get locked up and something happens to them,
but we still they got to do it. But they still can do. But Pablo, they still got to do their time. They do their time. Okay, you don't agree with it. You think it's a horrific thing. Okay, they do their time and they get out. Okay, I don't agree with it. I'm going to go in there and murder them. I mean, I can't co-sign because that's crime. So I can't co-sign criminal activity.
I'm not co-signing it flat. What I'm saying is, if one of them dudes, one of them P-files, goes into the joint, and the inmates decide we don't like this fool, we gonna do what we do with him. I'm not fitting to cry
Well, let me say
for
this
him.
right here, because we finna go to Charleston White, right?
Oh
And
my God! Oh, we it's a travesty of justice.
no,
He
no,
got
no,
murdered, and it's like Jeffrey
no.
Dahmer. He got murdered in prison. Oh well,
Okay, let me
it
go with
happened.
Charleston White, and shout out to Ringo TV because he coined the PDF files term. But I gotta bring up Charleston White. Charleston White said one of the major problems and one of the reasons he's so hard on the hip hop is these dudes don't believe, they don't practice what they preach. They run around talking about a code, but that don't really apply. So they
They don't follow no code. You're right.
Well, he said they pick and choose. He said, so you got dudes out here who done snitched a couple of times and they're sitting right with these dudes, yet another dude that they don't like, they'll be screaming, well, he snitched. So what I'm saying is the problem with you going in and having vigilante justice against PDF files, right? The problem is, are you going to do them all like that, or are you going to do the ones you don't like that? And we already know the community, they're only going to do it to the ones they don't like. And that's not really upholding anything.
Yeah, it's not. Because everybody was stepping in the name of love when R. Kelly got out.
I'm just saying, I don't cry if something happens to me. So,
Well,
saying
who's
that
gonna
they
cry?
should do.
I got you, man.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, Platt.
They
They got picks. All these people got picks. And I just sit back and I listen and I'll be like, wow, well, oh, just because that's your homie, you let him slide, but you going full throttle, ready to hurt this man over here and hurt his reputation, not knowing that these are just allegations. Your man really been convicted of something, and you let him slide, but this man got allegations, and you just punching on him. I peep a lot of stuff, but I just laugh like y'all just a bunch of hypocrites. A whole bunch of people are. Just like I kept that same energy. J Rello, you out of here. Sorry. That's even in my personal life. I ain't got no picks.
He was on Razor's channel yesterday.
Yeah, I know. Talking crazy.
Yeah, he contradicted himself.
Just be talking, Black. Well, I ain't saying that Floyd, but Floyd should stand up and be a real man and take the time, and he shouldn't snitch. But no, if I was Floyd, I would have told. I'm like, what the hell is you talking about, you asshole? Like, damn, Platt, I just can't, man. That's why I just got away from dudes like that, especially in my hood. Like, damn, man, y'all niggas, y'all mom dropped y'all head so many times when y'all was babies. Just logic goes right out the door. Just talk.
And another thing, to be honest, I don't know if he realizes it. These foreign countries do not want people like him. He's got a criminal history. They don't want people with criminal histories. They don't. And especially if it's anything dealing with a sex crime, they don't want you in their country.
I think it's going to be a big change. It's going to be a big change coming up.
When you say, hey, I think I'll become a Mexican citizen, they want me to come as a United States citizen. They want me to have a clean record, and they want me to come over there and adhere to the laws and be productive for their country. They'll welcome me there, but they don't want me to bring a whole bunch of fetishes and criminal activity to their country. They don't want that. And
same for here.
Somewhere people have dropped the ball on that. They think, oh man, I'm gonna go where I can practice some criminal activity over there. And I bet you if you was to talk to Floyd, I swear he'd tell you what he wasn't breaking the law. He'll tell you now, I'm breaking the law. This is how people do. Yeah,
I feel free over here. That's what he was saying. I could be myself. I could be free over here. I bet you can, you weirdo.
Platinum, let me tell you, I've been to Mexico City. Man, Mexico City is fly as shit, bro.
I keep hearing that. I might have to slide there.
It is some luxurious shit.
I think Citizen Lou told me that. I might have to look into that.
Hey, do me a favor, Pablo. Put your email in the private chat because I need to talk to you anyhow.
God damn it. Hey, Platt, I got your old email. Can you send me your email in the back too, bro?
Yeah, you either email you got, right? You are you talking about Pablo?
Yours too, Platt. You got Platt. You still got platinum dimes?
No, that's not my email, Joey.
All right, just put your email in the back, Platt.
My email is Platinum Elite. And that's the old email, but I have a new email.
I thought I was emailing the stripper at first. I'm like, hold on, let me make sure this platinum.
Well, yeah, that's why you it was the wrong email, Joey. That's why it didn't work.
I know, Platt. That's why I'm asking you. Put it in the back.
Well, let me tell you something. My Platinum Elite email is really for friends and close people, and then I have an email for the YouTube page.
Yeah, give me a YouTube joint.
All right, you're a friend, Joey. I hope so. I don't know.
Folks, you definitely folks. Platt, you solid. I get punched on over here, being over here with you.
I got to do business email right here.
Do business.
Yeah, I just went in his page and his email sitting here.
American Negro put it out. All right, I got you. Oh, no,
Thank
that's
you,
YouTube.
Sir. Thank you, sir. Hey, look, do me a favor, Joey.
What up, Platt?
Because you be running around YouTube streets. If you see the bail,
yeah,
tell him, he's welcome. Just put that down there.
You blocked him again, Platt? Oh, that was you.
I didn't block him. I didn't block him.
Damn, you blocked the bail?
You know what? Y'all be what you call, man. Y'all don't understand.
The bell's a pain in the ass. I can get it, Platt. He is a pain in the ass. But that's my man. But I'll be like, God damn, the bell. You keep pissing Platt off, nigga. Chill.
Nah, not the Snow King, not the bell.
Okay, I got it, Pablo.
If I see the bell, I'll tell him.
But okay. Joey, he doesn't have to. I'm just saying if he was wondering.
I got you.
And yeah. And tell him, Joey, I'm prepping him to start his own channel. Because eventually he's gonna get so aggravated that he's gonna do it. Like I did. Pablo, I think I was the most kicked off person on YouTube for a good month.
when did you have this run?
Back in what, 2019, 2018?
Oh, in the Manosphere days.
Yeah, they definitely was putting you in the back, Platt. Yeah. They were like, all right,
I was getting kicked off StreamYards. I wasn't getting put in the back.
Yeah.
Bernard kept you up. Bernard Riley, I remember he used to be over there.
Bernard, you know what he did? He's wrong too. He would bring me up, but he would mute me up. And I would go to unmute, and he wouldn't let me unmute. And I said, hey man, I gotta respond. Yeah, I just left him alone. I said, this dude ain't gonna let me say nothing. But then a lot of these people, you gotta be careful because people be talking and they tell lies, and people believe lies. So,
well, Platinum, as I've gotten to know you over the years, you're a lot different than I originally thought. I thought I was like, man, this dude,
because you know what it is, Pablo?
But now Platinum has wisdom. I'm like, oh shit, where did this come from?
I'm a grown man.
No, Platinum been talking the same way. It just been everybody didn't like the game guys at one time.
Mm-hmm.
You had the passport guys versus the game guys. It started to get goofy, and it was like, man, y'all both on the same accord. Just enjoy life, enjoy women. Like, what's so hard?
But I can agree with people when they say something that's right, even if I don't agree with everything. If they gonna say something that I'll be like, yeah, that's true. But yeah. So I as I've gotten to know Platinum over, I'm like, damn, this brother got some.
Well, but that's sort of ridiculous because of I'm a grown man, so you don't get grown being that way. But no, I'm gonna take a trip to Colombia, man, and we're gonna find out if you're available. I do need a tour guide, So.
Well, I'm going. I'll be back in May. I just spent 3 weeks there in December, so I'll be back in May.
All right.
Um,
Let me save my money too, because I like nice things. So
well, you know I do too, Platinum. I like nice restaurants, nice spots, and nice ladies. So
mm,
it all costs nice.
okay.
Right?
Why not? I deserve. Dr. Cheyenne Bryan said, "Put your mental health first." I think I'll have a mental health break. I think I'll enjoy the
Oh,
spoils of Colombia
I get it.
for.
I get your mind right for sure. Do some therapy.
I need some. I need some. I will. I mean, I've never been there, so why not? Why not? Not a big fan of Brazil or the DR. I don't think that there's anything for me there, but I'm very curious about Colombia.
It is a magical place for me, that's for sure.
Yeah, we wanted to do a thing about Stefan. He has settled, and he says he didn't do anything, but he settled. We'll see what the NFL says because the NFL is going to do their own investigation. If he smacks someone, he's going to get suspended. You can't smack anyone. Um, I don't know why he don't want to spend the money. His girlfriend is worth like $200 million. So whatever this person was asking for, I have no idea. Well, I do know why. If you in the streets, how they in the streets, it's like this here. If they look at you as a bitch, they're not gonna pay you. Don't matter what you did. You detailed the car. It's almost like for you, nothing. It was what's that movie he told Puff Daddy, it's on the arm. Puff ate the food and Puff was about to pay him. He said, "No, don't disrespect us. Your money's no good here. It's on the arm." And these dudes be looking at these movies and if you want your money, they look at it as a show of disrespect. Now you can make of that what you want. You still got bills, right?
Yeah, yeah, I feel you, Platinum.
Yeah. 4 kids, no wife, cut from multiple teams, bad decision making has led him to this situation. His money is going to protect him. That's what people got to understand. Stefan, the only reason he's going to survive this is because he has money. Look, when I look at the Twitch
Well,
stream,
well, guess what? When Antonio Brown, when it all finally caught up to him, guess what also happened? He's in bankruptcy, so he can't pay out. He can't pay to get out of it anymore. He's in dire straits financially.
mm-hmm.
They extradited him from Dubai, and in his situation, there are witnesses to when he pulled out that gun and started shooting at people
Yeah.
backstage at this event, at this convention center.
So his
So,
lawyer, when did he file bankruptcy?
this week, I think it was. Yeah,
Yeah, so he
last
must
week.
know. He must know he's going to lose the case, and maybe his lawyers told him file so that if he gets sued, they can't get his money. The little bit of money he got.
Yeah.
And we know, he's got good counsel, so they're going to advise him what to do. But nah, man, you got to grow up. If Antonio Brown just grows up, he'll be fine. You know what? We was talking about Kai Cenat, right? Why is it a guy like that who could potentially make millions and millions of dollars and live his dream life? Why is it the one, like they said, Kryptonite, Superman, there was one weakness. Samson, his hair, or how a woman cut his hair. Nobody could get to him until a woman cut his hair. Why is it women are the weakness of these men to the point where they wind up losing everything because of a woman? Why is that?
Gee, I don't know, Platinum, other than to say, but women have always been the weakness of men. And like I was saying earlier this afternoon, young boys just go for a look. But as I've matured and gotten older, I realized that every girl that has the look that I want is not the girl that I want.
Mm.
Again, if I had the time back of all the time I wasted shooting my shot at chicks that are not into me because I'm not their type, I would love to have that time back. It's wasted time.
Mm-hmm.
Wasted time. I don't care if you win one every now and then. Shit, the ones you lost 10 times, the one you got the W on.
You're right, man. But we got to stop thinking everything's free, man. Everything's anything that has value is going to be hard, including life. And I don't mean you got to live a hard life. I mean it comes with certain sacrifices. It comes with that. Anything you do is going to be hard.
Yeah, I would say anything worth having is not easily obtained. You're
Okay,
right.
there you go. Worth having. It's going to be hard. And that's what guys want it easy, but they don't realize you really don't want that because right there, it's easy. And I think that when you say, and I get it, you're in Colombia and stuff like that. When you say passport, bro, if you speak the language, guess what, man? That's hard, man. If I sit back, yeah, that's what it means. It means you got just like going to college. You're learning another language. You got to come back. You got to study. You got to go back down there and learn, and then you got to study. Man, I can't watch the football game. Man, I can't play my video games. Do you want to accomplish your goal, brother? You say you want a wonderful wife from this foreign country. Do you want to accomplish your goal? Okay, give me my 6 weeks. Give me my 3 months. Okay, how much you learn? I got about 40%. You passed your test. Yeah, I passed all the tests, but I only got 40%. I said, but you can like buy food, get a hotel room, rent a car. You can do all of that over there, right? In their native tongue. Yeah, yeah. There you go, man. You up here bitching about the little 3 months that you couldn't do dumb shit. Now you went through that. Now look at you. You're able to achieve your goals. But see, Negroes don't think they gotta do. Negroes just want somebody to hand them something, and it don't work. It's just the world don't work like that. They look at a Stefon Diggs. Well, his money saves him. And he's gonna pay for his dysfunction. If he don't want to change, he's gonna pay for that.
Oh yeah, they gonna. Hey, when them lawsuits start piling up, he'll understand. They're gonna relieve him of his wallet. You're right. Every nickel.
And we're gonna go back to again. What do you think them women want, man? Them women ain't looking for no dude who's just a nobody dude that's only got like about
No,
5.
they trying to eat off him for sure. They gonna eat.
Well, there are women overseas, and this thing I saw the video with Floyd. Floyd was with this young Thailand girl, and she was just innocent, and she didn't know any really thing about foreign man, and he was buying her some jeans and a shirt, and I said, man, um, over there you can probably take her to Floyd had in a discount place. He could have took her to a better place. Um, the innocence and the lack. Now I'll grant you that. I'll grant you that. Feminine, fit, friendly. She was that. And she was young, and I was like, show her a good time in the right way, Floyd. We don't want to. What do you get by damaging these young women? Now, I'm not saying he did that, but I'm just saying, watching his content, there is a video. There's a video on there where there's a couple of videos where he does, and that's good.
Right. Oh, I seen some cringeworthy stuff on his channel for sure. Don't get it twisted.
There's one where he says, I got to go to FedEx. You know what I'm talking about? And then he says, because I got some stuff, I can't get caught with it. It says that. I say, what? What? That's what he says, man. And he goes to FedEx.
Oh, wow.
That's what he says. It's on the video with the real young. It's in the DR. That's where he met this real young girl in the DR.
Yeah,
he took her.
That's a red flag, my nigga. Yeah.
He took her on a mall date, which that's a red flag. What do you mean? Wait a minute, you dating women and you only go to the mall? Why are you dating these young women, Floyd? Guys who are coming overseas, they're not looking to take women to the mall. They're looking for grown women. They're looking for women they can build something with, maybe have a relationship with. They're not looking to take. I don't want to go on a goddamn mall date. Bro, all of that stuff, man, is weird. And I'll stand on it, Pablo. And you know, I said it first. Why didn't they build up Pablo? He's a true passport bro traveler. They should have took all of their efforts and built your channel up, supported you, so you could right now be looking at 100,000 subs. And now all of this they got to deal with now, this fallout, you got yourself to blame. Because instead of putting all of your efforts behind a passport brother, you put it behind these thirst buckets. And they've ruined your hashtag passport bro. They ruined it. And let me tell you why it's going to happen, because it's called poetic justice. If you do wrong, it's going to come back to get you. What they say, told as a little kid, if you keep doing whatever you do in the dark, it's going to come to the light. And what happened to Floyd? You see that? You see that?
Well, I gotta go platinum. I gotta eat my dinner and get ready. Go back to work tomorrow. So I'll holler at you, man. Been nice chatting up with you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Down goes Pablo. Like the stream, man. Support the platform. I got his email. Would a man be with a good nobody woman though? Yeah, for fun times. If there's a woman out there and she's problematic and you single and you want to just enjoy yourself, you just acknowledge that this is just for fun times. You know, that's all. You know, you let her know that there's things she can't do. You say, hey, don't bring that up here. What you mean? Don't bring your drugs. Don't, you know, I got a friend up here. Look, come on up and then just go in the back and wait. He'll be leaving in about 30 minutes. Yeah, don't bring your drugs. Don't bring your dysfunction. You can deal with women like that. Yeah, you can lay next to her after you're done and say, so you ain't gonna listen to nobody, right? You know what you're doing, right? Yeah, just say, hey, well, enjoy your life. Because they're gonna pay for all of that. They're going to pay for that. And let me tell you something. I've paid a lot for my sins. That's why when I come on here, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you. I paid for mine. Well, I'm paying for mine. How about that? How about that? That better for you? But I ain't never been locked up, and we don't go down the rabbit hole, huh? But I've made some mistakes, and I've been reminded those are mistakes. Like the stream, man. Like the stream. I wish Kimmy would come up in here. She said she been locked up and everything. Why they lock you up, Kimmy? Why they lock you up, Kimmy? They sat you down for a while. Did you have a girlfriend while you was locked up, Kimmy? A lot of these women, man, they get girlfriends while they in jail. They get married in jail to women. Guy said that the worst, the most smelliest prison is a woman's prison. I don't exactly know what that means. He said the worst. I know this white dude. He was a CO, and he told me he used to go. He was in a women's prison. He told me he would. He said he would knock on, like, it's like I don't know the terminology like that, but he said he would knock on this pod, and he said they would rotate women. He said women would be there for their time, do the time and leave. He said we had about 15 in a pod. He said go in his pod. He said, I said, hey, who wants pizza? Who wants to watch TV and eat pizza? They put their hands up, and he said he would take them to the back, and they would go in. He had a little room, and they had a TV, and he would have a hot pizza or maybe two hot pizzas, and they would eat pizza. And he said, but now, I mean, he was wrong. He should have been fired. They had to sleep with him, right? They had to service him. Now, he got away with that. He worked forever doing that. And I asked this chick, because she had did some time. I said, hey, did that happen? She said, yeah, that happened to me. And I said, what'd you do? She said, I put my hand up. I said, this is what she told me. She said, I said, so you serviced him? She said, hell yeah, I serviced him. She said, I want the pizza. I want the pizza and I want to watch TV. And then she said, you wouldn't understand. You ain't been locked up. I said, wow. Wow. We live in a wild world, man. We live in a wild world. And she said they weren't going to rat on the guy, because then who's going to give them pizza and let them watch TV while they do their time? Unfortunately, I was a different man back then. I slept with her. So she was fine, though. She was old jailhouse fine motherfucker. I said, she had her hand up high too, bro. Me? Me. She said you can already watch TV. I know you can have your own TV, but I don't know. You got to understand the layout. You got to understand the layout. Like, share, support, man. We got the join link posted. Look, Kimmy, you want to hit the link? Because if not, we finna go ahead and shut this down. Whoever you are, you're new here. We welcome you here. But we got to get to know you, Kimmy, so you can hit the link or you can stay in the chat box. Uh-oh. We got Mel up here. What's up with you, Mella? You got them bones. You got them neck bones on the stove. Mela got some neck. She got a pot of bones boiling on the stove. Did you want something, Mela?
No, I'm just there. That's all.
You got to participate, Mela. You come up to just
I,
come up.
I'm not my usual personality right now. Just wanted to keep in touch. So, what can I do to contribute to the conversation?
Stefon Diggs. Why do you like Stefon Diggs so much? Why are you attracted to this guy?
I'm not. But if I could pretend to be,
Well,
I
you
would
don't have.
imagine
Okay. We'll accept you're not. Why are black women so attracted to a guy like Stefon Diggs?
he's rough and tough, and um, women who are into chaos, they want a chaotic brother. They, no matter what the cost, like they know he's dangerous. They know he could potentially harm them. But when you come from a background where you believe boredom exists, right? And let me
Mhm.
break this down real quick, real quick. There's no such thing as boredom. That's peace. And people that don't understand what peace is, they will convince themselves that they're bored and seek chaos. And that's why a woman would fall for a guy like that, because she does not understand what peace is. You, you get my
Mhm.
drift? Yeah. When you don't understand what peace is, you
Mhm.
look for chaos and you wind up with a chaotic partner,
Mhm.
because that's what, you're convinced that you're bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. It's like, no, you're at peace. People need to understand what peace is, in my humble opinion. Yeah.
Mm. Mm. Well, black women like Stefan. We know that. So he's a head case.
Because they think he's not boring. Oh, he's not boring. I'm gonna always have to be running into challenges with this brother. I'm gonna always have to, keep up with the game with this brother. Without understanding that there's a difference to examine. You're at peace, but people that want to misinterpret peace with boredom, they seek chaos. That's what they do. And they wind up with these, chaotic situations and circumstances, and regret it. And it's all because they don't know the difference between peace and boredom. They just
Okay,
don't,
well, Mela, why y'all have kids with a guy like this?
because they don't
And
know
then
the difference.
hold up, and then you wind up a single mom, and you look at this guy. He's done that to 3, 4 other women,
Hmm.
and the black men who could have been man who would have been there the whole time.
Hmm.
You don't. You try to get them in the wee hours of your life. Why y'all do that?
Yeah. It's ill rearing, you know. I would say even the black community, we have taught one another that we're supposed to find something to laugh about. We're we're supposed to find something to compete about, when in actuality there is a thing called peace that exists. And what the black community has failed to do is emphasize the concept of peace. And we have labeled it as being bored. You know, so you run across a guy that uh, commonly in the community labeled as boring. In fact, you're going to encounter a peaceful existence. But a lot of us have been, I want to say trained like as if it's a dog, but it's kind of like being trained as a dog. You're trained that peace doesn't exist. So you seek the chaos, and that's why they go for guys like that. You're trained in our community that peace doesn't exist. You always got to
So,
find,
so with
something that. Go
no, no,
ahead. You always got to find your thrill. You know what I'm saying?
so
The
so we're
thrill.
so black women are taught that guys like Stefon Diggs are the real examples of black men because
And
of
that's sad.
their
Yeah.
I mean, from a
They're
standpoint,
violent, they're
yeah.
chaotic, they're unstable, and in the black community, women, some women, not all, are trained to believe that that's what you ought to pursue as opposed to understanding what peace is. For some strange reason, our community doesn't teach one another what peace is for some strange reason. Like, oh, he's
How,
like it's
how
like
long
like say we find a stable guy, right? Oh, he's boring. He's boring. He's boring. When that's a self deception.
yeah,
You
but hold
found
on.
a man who is peaceful, and you're not understanding that you've been trained to seek chaos. And so you wind up with the guy to beat your ass. You wind up with the guy that
Mm-hmm,
deceives you or whatever. God forbid more than that. Unalive you even. Like
mm-hmm,
walking on
mm-hmm.
eggshells. But what actually is the case is the black community has taught its children not to understand what peace is, and that's why a lot of people are attracted to degenerates. I was like, oh, they always gonna keep me. I gotta keep him on his toes. I gotta keep her on her toes. And it's like, no, you shouldn't have to do that. There is peace to be had. You know,
Yeah, yeah, and that's why our community is in the dire situation that it's in, and it's also it's a sad example of masculinity because the men who are actually masculine are not desired. Men who are sassy, uh, irresponsible, they are the men that are desired by the women, which is crazy, but it's the truth. I mean, like if I got to keep picking my woman up from the jailhouse, I'm not going to deal with her. I don't want to deal with someone I got to keep picking up. She keeps getting fired. If I go to pick her up and the police are there and she got fired at Walmart, but she pulled down like a whole rack of stuff because she got fired, I'm not going to deal with that woman.
and that like there are women where that's their common mo. Like that's the like when she walks out the door, there's gonna be it's a blessing if she comes back without a situation. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing. It's like, oh my God, she came back and it was over. It's routine is mundane for most people when they don't understand that's peace. You know, like
Mm,
having a routine where you accept love and they accept love and you build a serene household together, that's peace. But a lot of people they want that making up shit to be chaotic stuff because they don't know what peace is. They don't.
Um, Mela, I was with this, and she was straight. She was cool, And I remember vividly, she emphasized she's.
I gotta call. I gotta come back.
I got you. Go ahead. I remember vividly, she emphasized she's single. She said that several times. She's a single woman. She wanted to remain single. We can date, but she ain't got no man. That's what she said. So within the first month, because I know how to treat my woman and I know what type of guy I am, she one day we were going out. She was cool. And I told her that I had to do something with her. She knew the girl, it was another girl. And she said, you better not be fucking with her. And I said, what you mean? And she said, well, you better not be. I said, but I said, when you've been over here talking about you single and you ain't got no man. Why you care what I do? Well, I told you, motherfucker. Don't let me find out. And I said, well, did you just threaten me? And I pulled off to the side. I said, what the fuck? You threatened me? So why are you threatening me? We ain't together, right? We together? Fuck you talking about? We together. You better not be fucking with another bitch. I'm gonna keep, and I was like, wow. So I turned the car around, I took her home. And I said, this is crazy out here, man. I said, how does a man navigate this relationship thing, in between all of the ambiguous relationships? We're not together, but we are together. We're not together, but we are together. You can't do shit unless I give you permission. I didn't get it, man. And it was a big turnoff too, man. And she was cool, but now it was a big turnoff. I shut that down. And I don't regret it. I do it again. I do it again. I do it tomorrow. I do not regret it. Like the stream, man. We got the join link posted, man. We'll take your thoughts, take your conversation. Hold, let me put this join out here. We going, it's late. We on the end of this. If you got something to say, we'll add it. Welcome, Kimmy. We like that you're here. We hope you enjoy your stay. He said, did I have sex with the lady? Yes. Couple of times. But she was emphasizing that she didn't want no man. It's just that over a period of time, she saw the value and she didn't want me to be with her. She knew I was going to leave her. And all she knows is threats. That's a black community. So it became now threats. And I'm like, wait a minute, don't threaten me because we ain't like that. Don't threaten. I don't think that's cute. A lot of niggas think it's cute. That shit ain't cute to me. Don't threaten my life because I'm just living mine. Don't do that. All right, bro. And if you're a man out there and that woman threatens you, you need to acknowledge that that's going too far and that's unacceptable. Like the stream, man. We got the join link posted, man. We'll take your thoughts. We've been talking about Stefon Diggs. He smacked his chef, the female chef. He then choked her out, threw her on the bed. She went and filed charges. It's come into the public arena now. And from what we understand, the case has been settled. We don't know what's going to happen as far as the criminal aspect of it. Are they going to produce it or whatever? They're doing investigation now. They have no pictures of her neck. They didn't take pictures of her neck. That's going to affect the prosecution of it. Man's got 4 kids, a bunch of failed relationships. He's been cut. He's been fired in the NFL. So he's went to other jobs. There's a guy out there that said that he's a gay man. He's got a bag. He's got a long history. I want to know why black women find him so attractive. I don't know. Maybe that'll be my curiosity. I just wonder, how productive can a guy like this be? Why make babies with a guy like this? I don't know. He said, was the chef white? I don't know. I would suspect the chef was foreign. He said, "Can we do a lighter a stream on the lighter side of life?" Why not? 2025 recap. Why not? We'll see. If I'm able, okay, because I actually have some things to do. You know, these streams eat up a lot of your time because you got to do your normal things, right? You got to shop, you got to pay your bills, maybe take in a movie, you got to go on a date, you got to live. Streams, they don't really fit in like that. So we'll see, man. And I do need a mental health break, though. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna see if I can get Cheyenne Bryant to come over. I want to talk to her. She's a doctor. I'm gonna let her give me an evaluation. You're welcome, brother. Knight says you've been balanced this year. Yeah. He said, please don't. Now I'm gonna reach out to her, man. They have a consultation fee. I'm gonna pay it. And I'm gonna say, can we do it over here? I probably can't afford those. She got Ray J and Shannon Sharp. She's occupied, brother. She trying to mess with Ray J. I mean, she ain't trying to mess. She trying to help him. If she trying to help him, she certainly ain't helping. We finna go ahead and shut this down, man. We appreciate everybody pulling up, man. Happy holidays. It's still okay to play a little Christmas music. Why don't you play a little? You know what I'm gonna do? Oh, I'm scared to do it. You know what? Let me see. I can find out. I can find out if I can get away with it. I might be able to get away with it. You know what? I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Let me go ahead and shut this down. Appreciate you, man. Take care, man. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, man. It's still the moment. We don't live forever, man. Remember, man, we don't live every moment, man. Do you want to be happy? Don't you want to enjoy yourself? We're gonna give Kimmy one more time to come on up. Hit the link, Kimmy. You playing games in here. She ain't gonna do it. Look, we finna go ahead and hit this stream. Shut this down. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Stay positive. Stay positive. Be thankful for what you have. You may not have what you want or other people. Don't worry about them. What do you have? There could be a man right now. There are two men. Let me give you an example. There are two men right now. One man is sleeping beside a garbage can. Another man is living in a mansion. The man in the mansion is troubled. Everything going on, it bothers him. Inside his head, he's troubled. He's not at peace. The man behind the garbage can, he's at peace. People say you ain't shit. He look around and say, I don't know, I'm okay. He understands. He's like, well, I am a bum. And I understand criticism gonna come with me being a bum. The man in the mansion, he's praised, but he knows inside his world, he's going through hell. In the end, the man in the mansion deletes himself. So that tells you, man, it's all about you. It's about what you do. It's about how you feel. Whatever pressures, let that shit go, man. Ignore it. Go on about your business, man. Life goes on. And we don't live forever. So the moments we're here, make the most out of them. We out of here, man. Like, share, support, like the stream, support the platform.